Hey guys, it's the 10th day of Christmas and I'm going to be doing a book to screen for The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, and Liam Hemsworth. Look what I finally got, you guys. I caved and bought it. The Mockingjay pen. Okay, I did not exactly cave and buy the Mockingjay pen. I was at Hot Topic and they were having like some sort of sale like they always do at Hot Topic. And the lady was frustrating me beyond belief, telling me, oh, buy something else and this, that. I didn't want to buy anything else, so I was like, woman, fine, I'll buy the Mockingjay pen so you can shut up. So I guess I have myself a Mockingjay pen now. So enough about the Mockingjay pen. Let's talk about the movie, and I'll give you a quick summary about what the movie is about. Catching Fire is the sequel to The Hunger Games, and it takes place directly after the events of the 74th Hunger Games, and Katniss and Peeta have won those games. But President Snow is extremely mad about the tactics in which they won. So Katniss and Peeta go on their victory tour, and all sorts of mayhem ensues. Katniss and Peeta are supposed to be living a life of wealth and luxury and privilege just because they won the Hunger Games. But of course, that's not going to happen. In a cruel twist of fate, Katniss and Peeta are once again thrown back into the world of the Hunger Games and must fight for their lives. So before I get going with my review, I'm just going to come out and say that I'm not going to have any spoiler warnings. You've either seen the movie, you've either read the book, either one, so you know all the spoilers either way, so I'm not going to sit and have any spoiler warnings for this. Overall, I freaking loved this movie. It was so good. It was pretty much a replica of the book. I really loved the first Hunger Games movie. The movie is what introduced me to the books, and the movie is what encouraged me to read the books. So I personally really loved the first movie, even though a lot of people really complained about it for some reason. I didn't really see a problem with the first movie. A lot of people disliked the shaky cam. That honestly didn't bother me. So when I did get around to reading the books by Suzanne Collins, Catching Fire actually ended up being my favorite in the series. I did do a book review of the entire trilogy, so if you want to go check that out, go to my book reviews playlist on my main page. I will warn you, it's pretty close to 30-minute review, so be warned. Like I said a little while ago, the movie is pretty much a replica of the book. Every little thing is practically in there, except for a few small details. And any changes that were made, they made sense. Anything that was added made sense. And seriously, the only thing that I was upset that wasn't in the movie was the whole thing with Haymitch's backstory about how he won the Hunger Games. And like Katniss and Peeta in the book are watching a video about how Haymitch won the games. So that's kind of the only big thing that was in the book that was left out, and I think that could have been really cool to see in the movie. The acting was top-notch. Jennifer Lawrence, I have never seen her better. She was outstanding in this. She about put me to tears quite a few times. I think Josh Hutcherson as Peeta Mellark, I think he improved quite a bit from the first movie. I really loved Josh Hutcherson in the first movie, but there was just something in particular about Catching Fire that he really amped up his acting skills and brought everything to the table. And then Liam Hemsworth as Gel. I love Gel. It was nice to see a lot more of him in this one, since there was kind of just those few minutes in the first one. And yes, I am a Team Gel fan. His acting was fantastic as well, especially that scene with him getting beat or hit with the whip, and then when he was lying on the table getting kind of stitched back up or whatever was going on right there. Wow, that was some great acting from him. And Haymitch and Effie, I love them. How can you hate Haymitch and Effie? They were just so awesome in this. And I think they had a lot more to work with this time around too. As far as cast additions, Sam Claflin as Finnick and Jenna Malone as Joanna, they were brilliant. There is nothing more I can say about them other than the fact that I absolutely love them. Finnick and Joanna are some of my favorite like subplot characters in the books, so it was just really cool to see them come alive in the movie. Oh, and Finnick, you guys, Sam Claflin. A lot of people, when he got cast, were all in an uproar about his casting, but I was personally like, oh, okay, he's pretty good. And I'm glad that he was just so perfect in the movie. He was Finnick, I think. He had Finnick's sarcasm and wit and humor, all of that about him down. And yes, they had Finnick and the sugar cube. I don't know what's so fascinating about Finnick and the sugar cube, but it was in there. And the scene with Joanna in the elevator stripping down in front of Haymitch and Katniss and Peeta, that was hilarious. I was already laughing before the scene even popped up because I knew exactly what was coming. And that was such an excellent, just humorous moment in the movie. I think the CGI effects in this movie were a lot better this time around. I do think the first movie the CG was pretty great, except for a couple spots in the arena which were kind of strange, but the CGI in this second movie was outstanding. Just everything. There was never a moment where I was like, oh, that's CG. The arena was freaking awesome. It exceeded my expectations. It was so huge. I mean, when I was reading the book, you know, I imagined the arena a certain way, and I don't think I ever pictured the expanse of what it is in the movie. The mist was well done, the lightning tree was terrific, the baboons, or whatever they were excellent. Those looked like real baboons. The jabberjays were so perfect. The rotation of the main islands with the cornucopia was done so great. But yeah, the arena was definitely the highlight of the whole movie. When the camera just pans out and you see the entirety of the arena, that was just like one of those just jaw-dropping moments. I said earlier that there were quite a few places that I about near had to grab a tissue. One of the first instances where I teared up immensely was when Peeta and Katniss were in District 11 and they were talking about Thresh and Rue. I about got going right there, and then when the one older man got shot, I was like, oh my god, I seriously about going through that whole scene. I about got going when Lenny Kravitz's character, Cinna, when he died. That was something I had to tell my sister at the end of the movie that he died, because she wasn't quite sure if he had died or not. But yeah, Katniss's face during that scene when Cinna's getting beat up, wow, and she's going up the little elevator thing up to the arena and she's just pounding on the glass, that was it was so great. And of course, the movie ends the exact same way as the book does, with Katniss being taken out of the arena, and then Gale tells her that there is no more District 12. And that was just such a great lead up to the third movie. Yeah, I don't think I have anything additional to add to this review. I think I'm just spouting out everything that everyone else has done for their reviews of the movie. I don't have a bad thing to say about the movie. It was perfect. Like I said, it was a replica. And I don't think that was a bad thing. So have you seen the movie or at least read the book? Let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to talk about it with you. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And may the odds be ever in your favor.